If you still support bringing in hundreds of thousands of unvetted Muslim refugees into the United States, would it change your mind to know that some of them might be carrying a fatal parasite that eats your internal organs? Hello, this is Charles Benninghoff, and today I want to let you know about this massive public health risk that Obama's unvetted flood of Muslim refugees present to the American people. This is not discussed in the mainstream media. Please pay close attention. This is a very serious health issue. The Federal Center for Disease Control, in fact, is trying to downplay the danger on behalf of Obama. However, we believe this should be considered a public health risk, and we are calling on Congress to intervene and shut down the refugee program before we have an even bigger disease outbreak. An even bigger outbreak, you say? Yes, that's right, and I'll have the details on that in just a moment. If you already know about this topic and agree with us, just click on the link appearing on your screen now, and that will take you to our action page. From there, you can contact Congress and urge Congress to shut down the refugee resettlement program before we have a catastrophic disease outbreak in the United States. Breitbart News reports that a measles outbreak in Tennessee originated at a mosque, and that in all likelihood, the original carrier of the disease was an unvetted Muslim refugee. There are now 7 confirmed measles cases in Memphis, and wait until you hear the reason why. Obama's Muslim refugees don't have to go through the vaccination process like regular immigration programs require. Legal immigrants have to be vaccinated for the most common illnesses before they're even allowed to come into the United States. But Muslim refugees from most countries, including Syria, get to skip that process. The group, Doctors Without Borders, says that almost all refugees have at least one existing disease diagnosis when entering America. So what infectious diseases are spreading in the Muslim refugee camps? The National Center for Biotechnology information says that refugee camps have measles, hepatitis, meningitis, scabies, and polio, and worst of all, a flesh-eating disease that most of us can't even pronounce or even don't even know about. But I'll give it a try. Leishmaniosis. Leishmaniosis. If you're bitten by an infected insect, the disease can lie dormant for several years with no symptoms. If you see the map in my background, you'll see that all the green areas are free of leishmaniosis. But if you look closely, all of the Mideast where these refugees are coming from, that's an area that's highly infected. And in fact, Syria is red. That red is designating the area as a highly infected and contagious area for this horrible leishmaniosis disease. Why would we bring in these people without health checks? This is what happens when you're bitten by an infected insect. All of a sudden, your skin will break out in what health professionals describe as volcano-like erupting sores. The worst type of this flesh-eating parasite in the Muslim refugee camp sounds like something out of a horror movie. The disease actually eats your internal organs and then kills you. If you catch this disease, the only thing doctors can do is quarantine you, stick an IV in your arm, and wait to see if you live or die. Children and the elderly are the most vulnerable. And don't forget, Obama has sped up the timetable for unvetted Muslim refugees, and this is now allowing them to come into America after just a 3-month waiting period with no vaccination requirements. The gestation period for this disease could be years. We checked the roughly 8,000 bills proposed in the current Congress, and not one single bill addresses the threat imposed upon us by these unvetted, non-health checked refugees. This is why we have to stay involved in this fight. Obama does not care if unvetted refugees are terrorists or if they are carrying fatal exotic diseases that don't even exist in the United States, such as this leishmaniosis. Obama cares nothing except destroying the white devil his father trained him to hate, the United States. God told the Israelites in Exodus chapter 15, verse 26, "If you will diligently listen to the voice of the Lord your God and do that which is right in his eyes, and give ear to his commandments, and keep all his statutes, I will put none of the diseases on you that I put on the Egyptians, for I am the Lord your healer. Americans are not listening to the voice of our Creator who granted us our unalienable rights. And this surely is one of the results. Measles outbreaks and the possibility of flesh-eating parasites, polio, and even more. We hope and pray that you will do a good work today, because James admonishes us that faith without good works brings you no closer to heaven. Congress needs to hear from the American people and know that the diseases being carried by Obama's unvetted Muslim refugees are an immediate public health risk, and therefore the program needs to be shut down, and shut down now. Make taking part in our America First campaign your good work for today. And our system is set up right now so that you can contact Congress, starting with the House Committee on Homeland Security. Stay tuned, because the next screen will appear and have all the detailed directions you need to accomplish your good works in contacting Congress and letting them know that you are very concerned about this disastrous potential healthcare risk. This is Charles Benninghoff signing off and wishing you freedom, fulfillment, and God's many blessings.
Satan can't make me doubt it. It's real and I'm gonna shout it. I was there when it happened, and I guess I ought to know.